Hello, and thank you for visiting the Alkistis Method website. Now, since you're here, I have an important question for you. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well would you say that you handle frustration, fear, anger, and anxiety? Just think about it on a scale from 1 to 10. Well, anything less than 10 means that you can improve on your self-leadership skills. What is self-leadership? Self-leadership is having a developed sense of who you are and where you want to go, as well as being able to influence yourself and influence others. Now, controlling our anger and anxiety is nothing new. Human beings haven't changed over the past 1,000 years. It was the great Greek philosopher Socrates who said that in order to lead others, we must first lead ourselves. I'm Alkistis, and for over 20 years, I've been coaching and training on how to move from frustration, fear, anger, and anxiety to a place of calm, confident self-leadership.
First, I'd like to share with you a little of my story. I was the daughter of immigrants, Greek immigrants, to Montreal. And my parents wanted to connect with my history and my heritage. So while other classmates were getting bedtime stories like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, my parents would read to me from the Iliad and the Odyssey, the Greek myths and Aesop's fables. Fast forward, I'm 22 years old. I've come back from London where I studied international banking and finance, and I'm working in a big British bank. My career seems promising. I have a big office and a big paycheck. On the inside, though, I feel horrible and frustrated. Why? Because I feel that my natural talents are not matched in the bank, in this career. I'm a people's person, not a numbers person. And sometimes I tell my father about this, who was the CEO of a bank, and he would tap me on the shoulder and say, "Dear daughter, life is very difficult. It's okay to read philosophy and psychology, but stick to your safe job and your paycheck." So what did I do? I carried on, and I felt like a hamster on a treadmill. I start to make mistakes at the bank because I'm unmotivated. And all these mistakes culminate into one big mistake where I'm called in to do a presentation in front of the board of directors. Now, I do the presentation, but I feel terribly embarrassed. I didn't do a good job, not for my standards, not for the standards I know I can deliver. So at the end of that day, I face my biggest fears and I hand in my resignation. Did things go better after that? Of course not. They got a lot worse. First, I had a very big argument with my father, a dramatic Greek-style drama argument, where he said to me, "You're making a terrible mistake. You're going to live to regret it." He ousted me out of the house and said to me what amounts to an ancient motto the Spartans would say to the soldiers going off to war. Tan I epitas. In other words, come bearing your shield as a victor or dead on it. What did I do? I had no plan. I just took any savings I had and I just took off. I had a backpack and I started walking. I started backpacking through Asia Minor on my own. No plan at all. I continued trekking, joined up with other groups and ended up trekking through Europe. Eventually, my money ran out. So I had to take a job. Any job would do. Low-paying jobs. I was waitressing. I was a sales girl. I saved my money and tried my own businesses, but they failed and left me without any money. I was ready to go back to my father. I had to lower my head. On the bus, going to buy my ticket, something very strange happened. I was sitting next to a lady on the bus, and she said to me, she was a management trainer. She was training executives in communication. And she said that she had a big problem because she had to replace herself at that job. I explained to her that I would be very happy to do that job. And we spoke, and basically she hired me on the bus. She said, show up tomorrow, you got the job. That's what I did. I showed up at this great management training company. I started giving classes with managers. My students said that I was really talented at what I was doing. I felt it was a great match for my talents. So I had finally found my place in life.
The Alkistis method is founded both on Greek philosophy and modern neurocoaching methods. So it integrates philosophy and science. It's the best of both worlds. So right now, you've heard all the information about the Alkistis method. You basically have a big decision to make right now. You can either go on life as usual, getting the same old results that you've gotten up until now, or you can opt in and get one of my coaching programs and see your whole life transform. Don't get me wrong, I don't have a magical wand that I'm going to wave. The truth is, there will be some exercises that you have to do, and to do them on quite a deep and profound level. And if you take your decision right here and now, I'm going to offer you 3 bonus gifts. 1, you're going to have a free paperback version of my book, The Stoic CEO. You will have free access for a whole lifetime to level 1 of the Alkistis Method online course. And third, you're going to have an MP3 for programming your subconscious to get the results you want. Together, we will transform your fear, anger, and anxiety into calm and peaceful self-leadership.